And we're going to switch gears, not to a movie, but to another show. And we're going to talk about Ashram season 3. If you haven't watched season 1 and 2, you definitely should. But I will let Mira take it away and tell you guys what happened, what should you look for, and why should you even watch season 3.
You should watch you should watch Ashram because you're Bobby Deol fans. Right? That should be your only reason to watch Ashram. But also because you are in Bobbywood and you're just there. Everybody's in Bobbywood. Do you know the story of Bobbywood?
No, I don't.
So Bobbywood is this handle on Twitter and on Instagram that a guy in Pakistan runs. And he's crazy. Every damn song of Bobby Deol, every damn thing, the memes, the songs, every situation. I remember some crisis happened last week, and he morphed everything into Bobbywood. If Bobby was here, he would have done this better, kind of stuff. Literally. So Bobbywood is a cult, and Bobby Deol is a hero, is a superhero of that cult. So there is this entire engagement around Bobby Deol where it's crazy how this entire
Dang.
fandom around Bobbywood comes together. I
That's
don't know.
crazy. That's the type
Did
of
you
fan everybody hopes to have.
I swear to God, did you not know about Bobbywood?
No.
Bobbywood is a cult. I mean, it's crazy amount of fans. And by the way, the headquarters is Pakistan. It's not only it's not in India. So that's the funny part about Bobbywood. But if you got to watch how amazing an actor Bobby Deol is, Ashram has been a revelation. We grew up watching Bobby Deol do his dances with the flying hair. He was a youth icon. Nobody danced in that family before Bobby Deol happened. Dharmender couldn't dance, his brother couldn't dance, and then Bobby Deol happened, and then everybody saw he had potential. But then he didn't get a lot of, he got a lot of great movies, but then there was this gap, and then he came back to streaming engines, and then Ashram happened, and everybody was completely bowled over by his potential. And after that, we're seeing him in a lot of shows and movies, and he just blows us over with the intensity of his acting chops. And Ashram is that series where you will see him. Actually, this series is based on the activities of a self-proclaimed godman, a real guy. His name was Gurmeet Ram Rahim Baba Nirala. And based on a real guy, by his name was also Ram Rahim something. So Baba Nirala in the show is a ruthless guy. He's corrupt to the core, and he uses his power over people in the name of religion to actually reign in politicians, political power, and preys on innocent women. And in season 1 and season 2, they show you how he's created an entire kingdom for himself. And this is really based on a real life story where this Babaji did the same thing. He created an ashram for women, and he would just pick up whatever women he wanted, and they could never speak. They were never allowed to go out back into the families. The families were also taken care of. If they ever escaped, they were killed. They'd never find the stories would never find the light of the day. He controlled the media, he controlled the cops. Everybody was a slave to him, and everybody prayed to him. So season 1 and season 2, the story about this girl who actually was a wrestler, state level wrestler, and she became a devout of Baba, and then she got raped by him over and over again, and she realized what really the guy was, and somehow she escaped. And then the story of how she still is at large, and he's still looking for her so that they can put an end to her. And somehow in season 3, she manages to get the story out. And I won't tell you what happens in the finale because I'll be giving out a lot of spoilers, but she does get her story out, but things don't work out the way she thought it would simply. But then how Baba controls the politics, how the politicians play the Baba, how the money moves, how media, how the cops move around. So lovely story. Very well directed, very a very riveting one.
And Mira just got done telling you guys what the treetop of Ashram season 3 is, which honestly, an incredible story. And I agree with that. I actually really liked it. And the reason I liked it, one, because of course Bobby Deol, but two, because I have a personal penchant with this concept of modern day religion and cultism. So as somebody who, my minor was actually in psychology when I went to college, and I focused on abnormal behavior, or like social behavior, abnormal behavior, and we consider cultism abnormal behavior. But what we don't realize is that, at least in my perspective, I see religion to some extent as cultism, right? And I think that there is a good way to go about it and there is a bad way to go about it. It's no right or wrong way, even though cults naturally have a very negative view on them. There's no right or wrong way to do it, because I myself am religious, so I completely understand. But these like modern day religious figures that pop up and somehow have like ties with politicians and ties with like higher up people, and somehow gain a platform that is more public than it needs to be, I always question what their motivation is behind doing so. I'm like, did you naturally just gain that publicity because what you are promoting and the cause you're promoting is so good that people want to follow it? Or did you get your way there and then amass the followers because now you've gotten to the top by kind of playing your surroundings? I like question, right? Questioning everything is a good thing. And we need more people to do it, because clearly this season, or this show in general, is proof enough that you constantly need to keep questioning things, even the ones that you believe in, especially because there is no such thing as a wholly good person. And we all know the concept of like, we're like, oh, Mother Teresa and Gandhi, and we've talked about we're like, oh, Gandhi was never a pure man, neither was Mother Teresa. Her intentions weren't as good as they seem. Like, of course, people will debate both sides, but there have been encounters and stories of people saying like their intentions were not pure. And it just leads to the belief that like nobody's a pure person. There really is no such thing as like a pure, good, wholehearted, altruistic person. There really isn't. And I want to say that that's a lot to encapture in just one character, but Bobby Deol does it phenomenally. I think the way he acts so outside of himself sometimes, where you see range, like the way he acts, the range in the characters that he can play are just so good, especially in this self-proclaimed, like this whole Baba Nirala role. And I didn't actually get to finish season 3, so I don't know what happens, but I am on the edge of my seat to finish it because he was phenomenal. Like, he pays attention to detail, he pays attention to facial expressions, he pays attention to his tonality. Every small thing and every small detail just seems to be so on point. And I can't help but wonder, like, some people are just so gifted at what they do that like he's able to encapsulate so many emotions into one character and play it so well. But that also means I won't discredit, I think it's Aditi Pohankar who plays Pami, right? The victims also in this show, just phenomenal actors. Like, they're just so captivating on screen. The emotional, I guess, like messes that they are portrayed as is beautiful at the end of the day. Like, it's a beautiful mess, and they make it so perfect. Like, they are so perfect in constantly displaying like their motivation of the character. Like, you can tell they understand it in and out.
Her trauma is so well depicted.
So well done.
Oh my God. Her trauma is so well depicted. She doesn't know what to do with herself.
Exactly.
She can't get back to him, right?
Of course. And we don't want to give it away because I kind of have an idea of like what happens, but Mira definitely has an idea of what happens. So, and I'm going to let M take it away and let you guys know, what did she possibly not like about Ashram season 3?
All right. So actually, I love Bobby Deol. I'm a huge fan of Bobby Deol, and I said that to her. I interviewed him last month, but yeah, that's him. Oh gosh, he has all my heart. But he gets better as Baba Nirala in season 3, and I can't wait for season 4. He just gets better at that role. He owns the screen. He absolutely does. He grows more and more sinister. But somehow the way he plays Baba Nirala, you just want him to keep coming on top, even when he does all those cheesy, bad things, really bad, evil things to people, really deplorable things. You want him to still come on top, and he swindles people. He cheats on women. He games the system with a smile on his face. Oh my god, you see him and you're like, gosh, look at the guy, but all these deplorable things, but he carries that entire aura of being a Baba so well. It's just amazing. We get to know a little bit more about his backstory this one, especially in the last episode. So you get to know a little bit more about Baba. This one, Chandan Roy Sanyal actually does a good job as Boba Singh, his minion, and he compliments him pretty well. Anupriya Goyanka does a disappearance halfway through the series. She leaves Darshan Kumar's the cop Darshan Kumar, who's sincerely trying to get some help for Pami, right? So she leaves the show, middle of the show. But what I really liked about the show is that they have taken real world incidents and they have dramatized it for the sake of the show. However, I thought that season three did not move at the same pace as season one and season two. It was slightly slower than season one and season two. Season one and season two, if you have season three at the edge of your seat, season one and season two, you'll be jumping literally, because that was fast, that was crazy, that would have had you in a spin. I love Aditi Pohankar's role. I love the way she's portrayed a very traumatized person who's been raped and who wants revenge, who just cannot sit still. She refuses to give up. She refuses to leave the state, and she still wants to get back at him while she's there. So I think on the whole, I'm so looking forward to season where they leave the season three. I just cannot wait for season four.